Yeah, but they're going to space in it. That's amazing.
You're
letting the clutter take away from the beauty of aviation?
I'm letting the clutter tell me that they don't care about their product.
This is the Bill Squire Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. I'm Bill Squire.
I'm AJ DeCosimo.
Yes, and we are excited to be here. Thank you for sticking with us. And also, don't forget to check out our sponsor, who officially starts next week, but I'm going to bring it up now. Good Meal Jane. Their pizza's incredible. If you haven't had it yet, follow at Good Meal Jane on Instagram, and you can get all the info right there on how to order and just all the different toppings, the menu things, the things that you need to know in order to get a pizza. He sold it right there.
I like it inside me.
That's where it goes.
Ooh.
No matter how it gets inside you, you're going to be happy.
That's
now,
right.
That's a pizza tagline.
That's right. That is a good one. The pizza that gives you an ultimatum. Oh, how about the pizza that gives you the ultimate yum?
And that was the last time we had a sponsor. They just canceled just now.
Sorry, guys.
All right. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk. We're going to do things a little different this week. We're going to give you guys some monologue jokes. AJ's a writer. I write jokes. So I was like, you know what? This week, let's write some monologue style jokes. And what brought this up is I used to do a series on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that called Selfie Tonight. Okay. And I would do host a talk show, but use a selfie stick.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really fun. It was a good time. But now it's kind of defunct. And but I like writing those jokes, and I was watching. I'm like, oh, these are pretty funny monologue jokes. I should go back to doing that. It's a good exercise.
This is literally what I did for Matt every night.
Yeah,
this is literally it. So this was kind of a nice little blast to the past.
It's a fun thing to do. All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
You're the one that wrote for Mad, so I'd say why don't you go right first? And you've been published in the New Yorker.
Oh, stop it.
Just on the website or in the actual magazine?
Just on the website.
That's pretty good. The website's better right at this point because
who the fuck
cares about a magazine?
Bill, the Oscars were this Sunday. Did you know that? They really shook things up this year by having a boring 4-hour ceremony give an 83-year-old white man a trophy.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, in other topical news, the draft is in Cleveland, and with all the crime in this city, the number one pick overall, Pockets.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Hey, Bill, did you know that Caitlyn Jenner announced that she's running for governor of the great state of California?
I did not know that.
Yeah, if she wins, she will not only be the first transgender person elected as a state governor, but also the first person elected who has killed someone with her car while texting and driving.
What an honor.
That's right.
It's good to have representation in every form.
That's right.
All right. A judge in North Carolina decided not to release body cam footage of a recent police shooting because he can't figure out how to turn off the cat filter.
That's the most adorable body cam footage ever. Oh, my God. Oh, did you see that Joe Rogan said that he would not recommend young, healthy people to get the vaccine on a recent episode of his podcast?
I did see that.
Yeah, and when asked why he feels that way, he responded by turning into a 4.5-hour conversation about jujitsu.
My next one's also about Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Joe Rogan said, if you're healthy and 20 years old, you don't need to take the vaccine or tell anyone about the direct messages his comedian friend sent you.
You have the better Joe Rogan joke, I think. Do you know that opioid deaths in Iowa have gone up 35% over the past year?
I did not know that.
Researchers are blaming it on people finally finding something to do in the state of Iowa.
That's a great joke.
Thank you.
Ooh, a little text message there. Apollo 11 astronaut Michael Collins passed away at the age of 90. He was on the mission that landed Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon while he orbited the moon in the Apollo capsule and became the first solo member of the 238,900 mile club.
Oh my goodness.
That was a little. It takes a little.
It does. It takes a little time. I was just like, wait a second. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
He was engaging in masturbatory behavior on a spaceship.
He's astral baiting.
That's right. Hey, Bill, did you know that there was an Illinois man? He put his dad's ashes in a bowling ball and went on to bowl a perfect game.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's the first man in the history of Peoria, Illinois to bowl a perfect game, but the fifth guy that day to stick his fingers in his dad at a bowling alley.
That's probably my favorite one overall. I got one more.
All
right. Tristan Thompson has once again been accused of cheating on Khloe Kardashian. He justified the cheating as a way to get people to stop focusing on the picture of Khloe without makeup that she's trying to get removed from the internet. And here's the picture right here.
Oof.
Right there. And I'll put it up on the screen.
Oh, my lordy.
And
that's the one that she was upset with that got up, right?
Yeah, that's the one that she like goes out of her way to try and get it removed. So I took the liberty of using.
She looks fine.
I agree. I think she looks fine.
Beautiful.
Right. That's just one of those things like they got that thin skin or whatever. I don't know. She just didn't want it out there.
She gets her womanly good looks from her mom and her height from OJ.
Ha ha. I see that. All right. So, here's what I did with it, and there's audio on this that I can't play, but you can at least watch the transformation. So this is a new thing on TikTok where like you transform into somebody that looks like you, and look who I just happened to transform into. 3, 2, 1, and
oh my word! Look at that.
That worked pretty good, didn't it?
That kind of really
That
did.
kind of worked real good. Oh yeah. So there's
Bill,
me
you're
and
looking
Khloe.
good,
If you're
man.
just listening, I transform into Khloe. It's on my TikTok, and you can watch it on the YouTube stream if you want to see that. And all right, so let's get into some topics at hand.
I like the joke segment.
I like the joke segment a lot.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. I think that's great. Those
think it's a fantastic
What was
idea.
your favorite one overall? I liked your Peoria, Illinois one. I
The
thought
Peoria,
that was
Illinois one. I like that one. I like the astronaut one that you did.
Oh,
the
thank you.
Mile High one.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's I'm pretty happy with that one. I'm glad I didn't butcher it too bad. 238,900 mile club. Boom, jerking off in the Apollo.
In zero gravity.
Zero gravity. Yeah, then you gotta. you're like there's cum bubbles everywhere.
Oh, no.
Globules.
It landed on the tang.
Houston, we have a problem, and I think it's my fault.
That's right. Oopsie.
I stirred the tanks, but I used my dick. So, that's a weird thing that I just found on the back of my head.
Oh my goodness! You should go get it looked at.
I probably should. That's a.
Do you want me to look at it?
That's
for
a
you?
nodule. Yeah, if you actually want to.
I'm not touching it.
It's like right there. I feel like it's just a pimple. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can you see it at all?
Yeah. Darwin saying we came from monkeys. Fucking horse shit.
So yeah, I got windows open, so you're probably gonna hear a little bit of stuff.
Some sirens.
Some
going
sirens
outside.
and stuff like that because it's a little warm in here. All right. So here, let's do it. Let's start with this. We got the joke segment going, and now Carly, who's been on this podcast before, she's my ex-girlfriend. She's a realtor now.
Oh, she was the one that I sent the Slutman video to.
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
so. And she also did the classic phone call voicemail where she called and said, like, she was screaming at me because I fell asleep when she was coming
that was
over.
her?
That was her.
Oh.
And she screamed, "You fucking know better!" And so I made a little video for one of her clients that listens to the show. And so this is what I made for them. Hey, Eric and Liz, congratulations on your new place. Say hi to Eric and Liz.
Hey, Eric and Liz.
They just bought a new place with Carly. Carly was their
Hey,
realtor.
nice.
Yes, and they fucking know better than to go to any other realtor. Yeah,
Congratulations, guys.
So I made that for them because they're customers. Yeah, and so then this is them reacting to the video that we sent. So this is Eric reacting to the video.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, my God. Wait, what? Oh, my fucking God. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Oh, my God.
So thank you guys for reacting that way. And they'll be at the album recording, which is May 7th through 9th. AJ's going to be doing the Saturday show. So make sure you guys come out to that, hilarities.com, to get those tickets. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to do one more little video. This one is a fun one because, where is it? There it is. Nope. Where did I forget to send it? I thought I sent it. Oh, farts.
Oh, farts.
Let me make sure these are in the right order. So, no, not date created one. Date. Last date added. That's what we want. Date added. Boom. Now we got it. That's the one. All right. So I'm a big fan of the podcast Your Mom's House. Do you ever listen to that?
I've never listened to that.
Okay.
No.
So it's a very funny podcast, and they did this thing called the Big Titted Animal Challenge.
Okay.
And they had people say to their significant other, like, hey, you big titted animal, how's your day going? Things like that. And they, like, it was usually a guy saying it to his girlfriend, and the girls didn't know how to react. It's very funny. And so I participated in that challenge, but mine didn't get played on the show. So I figured I'd play it on this show, and maybe some people will enjoy it, because I think it's a pretty funny video. So this is my girlfriend and me, and I'm doing the Big Titted Challenge. Big Titted Animal Challenge from Your Mom's House. Let's go full size here. No, not that one. I'll go full size.
Just rub it a little bit.
What makes you so bad, you big-titted animal?
Oh, that's mean. You're regular small size. Oh, get out of here.
I like how she's not offended by being called an animal. She's like, no, my tits are small.
Oh, that's right.
She's like, I don't have big tits. I have small tits.
That's so weird. That's what I call whoopsie in the back of my head.
Small titted animal?
Yeah, no, the big titted
Big
animal.
titted animal?
Yeah.
Where are you, Whoopsie?
She's right behind you.
Oh, great.
She's right
Good.
there.
Keep it up. You're doing a great job. All right. So those are some fun videos. Got to bring back the visual aspect of the podcast, because it's a hard balance. You want to get people to watch the YouTube. You want them to listen on the podcast. You want them to. I want both. But you gotta play to both for that to happen. So there's some videos for you guys, and I appreciate everybody that's been listening. So with everything going on with me, with like the album recording coming up, that heightens people's hatred towards me for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah, like there's a lot more people I feel like come out of the woodwork when you're accomplishing things. And so something like that gets people going like, oh, I don't even think you're funny. Why are you recording now? Blah, blah, you didn't even. And so like they throw all these things at me, and I'm just like, well, you're doing it in such a strange way.
Right.
Like there's a lot of things where people will be like, well, like this one guy was like, well, you fell into the job. I'm like, I had to audition against like 7 other comics. I'm like, there's no falling into a job where you have to audition.
What other comics did you audition against?
Mike Farrell, Brian Mitchell, Joe Howard. Who else was there? I think Polk. I think Dalton. Like there was a bunch of people that, you know, I don't think Polk and Dalton were like looking for the job, but they were there. And then a few more. There's, you know, not guys that are like household names or anything like that, but people around town that do comedy.
Right.
So I had to rise
And you
to the
beat them.
cream. Yeah, and I beat them.
And you won.
Yeah,
You big titted animal.
it works for me.
That's right. Did I do a good job
You
at
did a
that?
great job on that.
Did I do a good job on
You
that?
did a great job on that. And then they'll be like, "Oh, your albums. I don't remember them getting to, like they try to pit me and Mary against each other because they want that drama." I'm like, "Well, I've had albums that have done really well, and like different, it's all subjective about how things go. Like I've had albums that have charted. I've had albums that I've sold tons of physical copies because that used to be more the focus was selling the physical copies. And obviously I'm not going to chart selling physical copies for cash because there's no record of it. But I sold a lot of comedy albums over the years, so I'm very happy with all that. But this is the one that I think is the weirdest one, where they tell me that they think that Mary and Poundcake are more talented than me. And I don't understand exactly what they're trying to say, because it seems like what they're saying to me is like, well, they're more talented than you, so you've worked harder. Like, that's kind of how I take it. Is like, okay, because honestly, I think they're both incredibly talented.
Oh, they're incredibly gifted.
Yeah. So, and I don't think of myself as someone that's like raw talent. Like, I've never been able to just coast off of talent.
Oh, no one does.
Yeah, I know. I know, but I feel that way. Like, I wasn't great at stand-up comedy right off the bat. Like, I worked my ass off to get there. I was not great at radio when I first got on it, but I got a lot better over the years, and I've learned a lot. And so, yeah, maybe they have more raw talent, but I know how to fucking work hard. And I feel like in a Cleveland town,
you're the Larry Bird of Cleveland comedy.
I will take that.
Yeah, you just work really hard.
There was a guy that called himself Larry Bird that did Cleveland
I remember
comedy.
that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, Larry Bird.
But I think that was his real name.
I think it is his real name.
I think that
He's a
was
black
his
guy
real
named
name.
Larry,
Yeah,
Larry Bird.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, I'm like, oh, that's not the Larry Bird.
Right. So I just thought that was a weird thing to like come at me with, is be like, they're more talented, but you're still successful.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're like, I don't know how you make a living at this. I'm like, because I work my fucking ass off. That's how.
Yeah, you're really, you work really hard.
I work very hard, and I also got these big tits, and I'm an animal, so that helps.
I was thinking the same thing.
You're thinking the same thing.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm glad you were. Wow, were those all my topics already?
Did we just plow right through?
Well, here's where I wanted to go with that is, who else do you think are people that have had like lesser talent but have overachieved?
Like in any form of media?
Any form of media or athletics or anything like that. Because isn't that like the story we want? Like a Rudy story. Like he wasn't athletic, but he worked his ass off and he got to play one game. Now, I've done a lot more than Rudy. I will say that right now. Rudy is a fucking loser compared to what I've done with my life.
Well, I think Larry Bird, I mean, obviously I brought him up, but I mean, like, he was not an athlete and he was incredibly slow, but he just killed people. Right. Because he just knew the game so well.
And there's a lot that goes into knowing the game.
Yeah. I think...
I mean, to a certain degree, Michael Jordan, like, he had obvious physical talent, like absolute physical talent, but then his work ethic took that talent to another level. But I think because of the talent, he doesn't work in this conversation. Right. The catcher from minor league, from Major League 2. Yeah. Because he's kind of like the opposite, where he had all the physical gifts, but he was so in his head that he had to, like, get out of there to be able to just use his physical gifts.
Maybe like a guy like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's a great one.
Because he
became a movie star, like a Hollywood movie star without looks. Right.
And he just on pure ability, which that you have to learn and craft. Yeah. Because you never really forget that that's Philip Seymour Hoffman, like you do with like Daniel Day-Lewis. Right. But it's...
But he still becomes the role.
It still becomes the role.
He still owns it, and he still performs it very well. Yeah. I think that's a great one. I would say, who's another one? I think...
But that's not saying that he didn't have talent either.
No.
Like,
again, I don't think
talent.
I'm devoid of talent.
Yeah.
I think I have a ceiling on my talent, and then my work ethic has helped me take that talent to other levels. Yeah. I would say I think you have great talent.
Thank you.
And I just you don't have the work ethic. You don't have the work ethic.
I don't. I think I could be kind of dangerous if I did, though.
Well, I think you should get it.
Yeah, maybe I should.
I think the first thing you could do to up your work ethic is get on Instagram so we can help promote stuff.
Well, I think I help promote stuff.
You do, but
I
only
retweet everything
on Twitter. But if we can,
but I
build
do
you
it word of mouth.
That's good. That's good. I want it on social media where it counts, where it matters.
But like, if I got an Instagram, there's not going to be anybody following me right now.
Not right now, but eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, have to. That's going to take forever.
Not if you do Slutman on there.
I know, like it's like the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, but
Yes.
it's kind of like.
So what's holding you back? Slutman will take you.
She'll take me anywhere.
Slutman's a she.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep that in
A lot
mind.
of people don't know that.
I did not know that. So Slutman, she'll take you to some pretty high heights on
right.
TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'll teach you how to use it. Right?
I just gotta do more stuff.
Well, that's what this is. This is more stuff.
This is more stuff. I'm doing this stuff.
Yeah, and I like it. It's
This
been
is
very fun.
Yeah, it has been. And you said since I've got on, the stuff has gone up. The downloads and views.
Yes, it's
so
been
I
very
think I'm
good.
doing a fantastic job.
And it's one of the things where like we're getting people that are like going through the entire catalog, which is nice. So like each week our episodes tick up a little bit, but then you see them like going through the backlog of stuff.
They're just like, what's AJ and that big titted animal going to talk about next?
So
Yeah.
let's talk about Avengers. You're wearing an Avengers shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing an Avengers shirt.
Let's get into some Marvel stuff. We're gonna do some spoiler stuff here.
Okay. Yeah.
Is spoiler
This is a spoiler alert.
alert. We're gonna talk about the greatest show in the history of Sam Wilson.
Oh, that's right, dude.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended perfectly for me.
It did. I'm finding, though, that the last episodes of all of these series aren't the best episodes of the series, though.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, like the WandaVision one, I'm like, okay. And to some degree with Falcon Winter Soldier, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I thought the first like 20 minutes was good, and seeing him as Captain America was beautiful.
And because what they're doing with these series, they can't end them on like full-blown cliffhangers.
Because they don't
can
know.
do setup, but they know that these characters are going into other stories that are going to continue. That, you know, Wanda is going to be in Doctor Strange. Captain America is going to be all over the place. He's going to,
the green light Captain America 4.
Captain America 4.
Yeah.
But here's the parts that have got me in all these, in every episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The scenes with Isaiah.
I was going there.
They're so on point and
I
so
know.
good and not preachy, but just informative and well acted. That dude that plays him is incredible.
He's so good.
He's so good in that role.
I want to see an Isaiah Bradley series.
Yes, Isaiah Bradley series
As
would
the
be
Patriot?
Awesome.
Yeah, right? He was a Patriot, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see him as that. Like, that is so... It was just so powerful, all those scenes with him.
They're so powerful and they're not forced, and like they're like
Whereas
the chemistry between Sam and Isaiah is there even when they're not on the same page, but like there's so much respect. And that's one of the things that I love so much about Sam Wilson is he has so much respect for everyone.
Are you crying?
I'm sweating.
You're so... Bill.
But he has so much respect for everyone. He's got it for like he values life at a pretty high level, and he doesn't and then he also is very ethical, and I think that makes him a very fantastic Captain America.
The best part of that series, or of that last episode to me, was you finally found that one line of dialogue. Because going into the last episode, none of us knew who the good guys and the bad guys were. Everybody had a point.
Yeah.
The moment Carly said that Lamar's life didn't matter,
That's when she became a real bad guy.
That's when she became the bad guy.
Yeah.
She was just like, well, not to my fight. Like, that was the moment she became the villain.
Right, because she could have said there's going to be casualties in war. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want that. I don't want to take anyone's life, but to him or to her, that's where you saw that she was looking for power.
Yeah,
It had corrupted her to a certain degree.
it did. It poisoned her, and she was gone. And Zemo stole the show, dude.
Oh, Zemo was fantastic.
Great. Daniel Bruhl's fantastic. Have you ever seen what's that movie he did with Hemsworth? Rush. Have you ever seen Rush?
I never saw Rush, but I heard
Dude, it's so good.
Is it?
It's really good.
I'll have to check it out.
They both of them look
I think it's
exactly.
on like Netflix right now.
It is.
Yeah.
Both of them look exactly like the dudes they're playing. It's really good.
And I think Chris Hemsworth is an underrated actor too,
Yeah.
because he gets like such big roles, playing Thor and stuff like that. But I think the dude's got chops.
That's right. And like I go back and like I always thought that the first two Thor movies were like the weak parts of the MCU, but like I go back now and I watch them and I'm just like he was still kind of similar to the Thor we have now. Like
Yeah,
there
he
are
was
moments.
still he was still finding that Thor, but like
Yeah.
there's definitely they're funnier than you remember.
Yeah, they are.
They're like way
Yeah.
funnier than you remember. And then there's also I think Thor: The Dark World, like people shit on that one, but I remember seeing that in the theater and like having some legit oh shit moments because of when his mom dies and when Loki cuts his hand off, and I was like, I didn't think that he really cut his hand, but like in that moment, like that you're like, oh shit.
Did you notice, and I didn't even notice this until somewhat recently, like every single MCU movie has like a Hollywood heavyweight in it that's only like a one-off in those
Oh yeah,
movies.
they've definitely done that.
No, it's in every single movie.
Yeah,
Every single movie. They have like a one-off.
Jeff Bridges,
Jeff Bridges was in Iron Man. Tommy Lee Jones was in First Avenger.
First Avenger. Let's run
Annette
through 'em
Bening
all. I mean,
was in Captain Marvel.
yeah.
I mean, Anthony Hopkins reprised his roles,
But even Rene Russo.
Yeah, Rene Russo, yeah. Iron Man 2 had Mickey Rourke.
But let's see, who would be the one-off in... there's got to be a one-off in Thor that's Stan Lee. Boom.
Well,
That doesn't work at all. That doesn't work in any way.
well, Kate Blanchett in Ragnarok.
in Ragnarok, yeah.
And
the dude that played the bad guy, Lofi, in Dark World, like he's a pretty respected actor.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but I know he was like the doctor in the season of the Doctor Who that came back in like the 2000s.
yeah.
And he's been in a bunch of stuff. You also had Jude Law
Yeah, Jude Law
in
Captain Marvel. And Annette Bening.
and Annette Bening. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, every single one of them. You Kurt Russell in Volume 2.
you got Sam, what's his face from Iron Man 2. What's his name?
Oh, Sam Rockwell and
Yes.
and Mickey Rourke.
And Mickey Rourke. Yeah.
And you had Ben Kingsley in Iron Man 3.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, dude. You just keep going. Every single one of them has that, which I think is like really cool.
Michael Keaton in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah. And Jake Gyllenhaal and Far From Home.
Great. I love Far From Home.
We saw it together.
Oh yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was great.
I saw Mortal Kombat last week. I talked about it on Flicks.
I
and
didn't
Bill.
see it.
You didn't watch it yet?
No, is it good?
I liked it. I mean, enough to watch it. It's worth watching.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna
fun.
give it a watch. Is it HBO Max?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
So, who did you watch any of the Oscar movies?
Yeah, I saw Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Okay, how was that?
Fantastic.
Okay.
It was great.
I saw Judas and the Black Messiah.
That was good. I saw that too.
That was really
That was
good.
really good.
I
saw
think Daniel Kaluuya
should have won.
he did win, and I thought that was good. I don't even know this movie that Anthony Hopkins won for.
Oh, The Father?
The Father. Never even heard of it. Didn't know he was nominated.
yeah.
I'm also not that into award shows.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, because I always look back. I feel like whenever you look back on what was up or what came out that year, and you go, well, these movies have stood the test of time way better than these winners. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many that lose, but I'm like Goodfellas is the perfect example of a movie that should have won Best Picture, but I think it was Dances with Wolves, which nobody gives a fuck about Dances
Yeah,
with
nobody
Wolves.
cares about Dances with Wolves. The year Crash won.
Oh, Crash made me incredibly mad.
Yeah, like I'm just, and The Departed. I mean, The Departed's good,
I love The Departed, but
but it's
what
not.
did it beat?
Oh my god, I don't know.
I don't know what it.
Yeah, I don't
But
know
it's
what it
like
beat.
that's not like doing the makeup Oscars is annoying because it's not Scorsese's best film.
No.
Honestly, I think Casino
Casino's fantastic.
I love Casino more than I like Goodfellas.
Me too.
I think Goodfellas.
I do too.
think
You and I are
Goodfellas
the
is
only
great.
ones.
Yeah. Well,
That Casino is better than Goodfellas.
it's such a good film, and it's just so. The pacing is like perfect in that movie. Where Goodfellas has some lulls. If you go back and watch it, and like you go, oh, okay, this really does get long in certain parts, and then like I think it's when Joe Pesci gets killed in Goodfellas, you think that's at the end of the movie.
No.
There's still like an hour.
Yeah, there's still like an hour left. Yeah.
Like it's you're like, oh geez, but the soundtracks are incredible. But I love Casino. I think Casino is very underrated.
Well, my favorite Scorsese movie is I like Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver's a great film.
Yeah, I like Taxi Driver. But like he's made some not so good movies too, though. Scorsese.
Yeah,
Like he's made what was
I
that
couldn't even
fucking
sit through
one?
The Irishman.
Yeah, like I'm not.
Irishman,
Yeah, the movie sucked.
Yeah,
The movie sucked.
I thought it was like I watched an hour. I'm like, there's 2 more hours of this.
What was it?
I'm
Shutter
out.
Island.
Shutter Island.
I'm not crazy about it. It's just
Yeah,
not.
I-
It's
I-
not great.
I tried watching it and I was just like, yeah.
His version of Cape Fear was really good.
Cape Fear is a great movie.
Cape Fear is a great movie.
Like Cape Fear. Raging Bull's great. Like
Raging
he's
Bull,
he's
yeah.
definitely got more wins than losses.
Yeah.
And even the bad ones are still watchable for the most part.
Yeah.
Other than Irishman, I just couldn't get into.
I'm just like, what are you doing, man?
Making those guys with the CGI. Like the scene that fucked it up for me is when they're doing the fights, like Robert De Niro's kicking the shit out of this guy, but he's
You
still
tell-
moving like
he's-
an old man.
Yeah, he's moving like an old guy.
I'm like, you just get a body double. You're
Yeah.
doing a wide shot anyway. So why are you having him throw these kicks and punches when it's a wide shot and you could just have someone,
Just
a
go
body
in there.
double go in there and throw convincing kicks, not someone that looks like they're wobbling.
That's right. And De Niro was wobbling.
He was wobbling.
He's a wobbling fool. That Bobby.
Yeah.
Bob De Niro.
That Bob De Niro.
Yeah, like makeup Oscars kind of like annoy me
Yeah.
because I'm just like you're gonna give it to Al Pacino for Son of a Woman. Like that's the movie. You're gonna give it to him. Like Dog Day Afternoon is amazing.
It's amazing. And it's like, it's
That
such
was
a
like-
tense film all the way through. And he's like absolutely showcasing every range of emotion.
Yeah.
And it's
Whereas it's like
it's
people- I
great,
think-
like great performance.
I think that was his best role. Like people would say like The Godfather's his best role, but really, if you watch The
He's
Godfather's
good in The
great.
Godfather, but The Godfather takes care of itself.
Right, The Godfather takes care of itself. But if you watch Al Pacino in The Godfather, it's a lot of him doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of like slow thinking and like waiting. Like he doesn't emote a lot in that movie. But yeah, I mean that is a lot of the movie.
And then you have Robert De Niro in every movie. He's going.
Yeah. It's a pretty good Robert De Niro.
That's my only impression that I have.
That's a pretty good one. Do you ever get annoyed with? I did the joke about astronauts. Do you ever
Yeah.
get annoyed looking at like them on the space shuttle, and then like seeing how cluttered it is, and being like, "Come on,
No.
can't you guys?
No,
can't you guys do some wire management?"
Do you know
here?
why? Because I look at astronauts on a space shuttle. I'm like, that's the most amazing thing that human beings have ever done.
I would be more impressed if they had a little
If they just
bit.
keep it uncluttered.
Yeah, if they made it look a little more visually pleasing.
That's right.
It is
No,
a
I've never.
space shuttle, and you just see like these cables and wires everywhere, and it doesn't look like something that I'd want to go to space in.
Yeah, but they're going to space in it. That's amazing.
And it
You're
is.
letting the clutter take away from the beauty of aviation?
I'm letting the clutter tell me that they don't care about their product. If you want to get people excited, we're living in a very people. You got to fight for eyeballs, and if you want people to pay attention to your space program, you got to make that background that they're on. Like, you don't have to use the whole spaceship, but you make a part of the spaceship or the space station that looks cool and futuristic. So when people see it, they go, "Oh shit, I got to go to space."
Do you think you could be on a spaceship with me for 4 days?
For 4 days? Yeah, I think so.
You think so? You think?
Yeah.
Do you think that we could do it for 4 days
Yeah,
together?
yeah.
I'm not worried about me getting along with you. I feel like I get along with you, but I feel like after a while you'd be like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
Well, I feel like that's me with anybody. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I was invited to go on a kayaking or a whitewater rafting trip, and Cody Cooper invited me, and he's like, "Do you want to go on this trip?" And I like thinking
He
quick.
didn't invite me.
I know, because he doesn't want you to go. He heard about how annoying you'd be in space, and he's like, also, there's plenty of time. I'll put a good word in. But he asked me, and
I mean, I don't want to go, but
Right.
it would be nice to be like, Cody,
to
you're
say
invited.
no. But he invited me, and I was trying to get out of it, like thinking quick. He's like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "I'll go if I can get my own room." And he's like, "Done." I'm like, "Fuck."
Oh, did you go?
No, it's like later this year. So I'm gonna go because I have to now because he said he's gonna get me my own room in the cabin, and so now I'm gonna.
And now at home, he's going to be watching this at home, going, "That big-titted animal."
He better watch
Fucking
it.
lied. I know, he fucking lied to me. He doesn't really want to go.
No, I told him that to his like right after he
Oh,
said it.
right
He
after
goes-
he said it? Oh.
He's like, "Consider it done." I was like, "Fuck, I didn't want to go." I was just trying. I didn't think you were actually gonna be able to make that happen. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I think people been talking shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, not really talking shit. Not about us anyway. But I do want to call out another podcast, 10 Cent Beer Life.
Oh yeah.
Brian Kenny.
Mr. Kenny.
Yeah, Brian Kenny and Kyle Hanhorst.
Honhorst?
Yeah, I mean, who even fucking knows?
I don't even fucking know. Some big-titted animal.
Yeah, he actually is.
Is he?
I mean, he's got.
He seems like a nice guy to me.
He's a great guy. He's very funny.
Fuck him.
Oh, calm down. Break the fucking board. But anyway, they just talk all this shit on their podcast, 10 Cent Beer Life. And, it's just like, it's getting out of control. Like, I would never say the things that they say about the LGBTQ plus community or, minorities in general and just all this stuff. And then also, it's a Cleveland sports podcast, but you wouldn't even think these guys have ever even been to Cleveland or even know anything about baseball.
I have
Or football, or basketball.
I got you one better.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of their podcast.
Well, now you have, and
But I'm gonna listen to it.
check
now.
it out.
I'm gonna listen to it now.
And what really pisses them off if you rate it 5 stars on iTunes.
Oh really?
Yeah, it gets them all right.
Do you know what really pisses them off?
Yeah.
What I've heard if you go up to them on the street and
Yeah.
you tell them what a great job they're doing and how funny they
You
are.
have to stop with this in real life stuff. Everything that matters is on the internet.
Oh, that's right. Well, what?
Because how can you can't show an interaction with another person to your listeners? You have to have them documented on some sort of digital media, so then you can be like, hey, other people see that this person likes me or doesn't like me. I have to show this to you, and then create fake beef like we're trying to do with 10 Cent Beer.
Yeah,
Life.
fuck 10 Cent Beer Night.
Life.
10 Cent Beer Life. Fuck them.
All right,
And their butts with a big old dick.
but only fuck them by listening to their podcast.
And consensually.
Yes, and also rating it 5 stars on iTunes.
Because there are fantastic pieces of shit who I happen to find very amusing.
They're very funny. But if you are into looking for a good Cleveland sports centric podcast that also goes to some weird funny places, it's a very good podcast.
Then listen to it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna listen to it.
You know what? This is what they turned me on to. How do you feel about fights in a park, in like a
Parking lot fights?
Well, like it's like more like a field.
I'm totally game
Yeah.
for that.
What do they call it? It's like field fights or something. I can't remember what it's called.
Field fights. I saw this documentary about bare knuckle boxing the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to do that.
You just want to go fight someone in the field?
Yeah,
this
dude, I'll
is
do it.
from the website that they're talking about, like the channel, but this is just a couple dudes in.
Remember when we were talking? I'd rather see dudes do this than actually
MMA.
professional fighters.
This is great.
This is fantastic.
Field fight.
That was a nice
2012,
throw,
fight one.
dude.
A couple skinny dudes going at it, punching in the back of the head, just clawing at each other.
That's right.
Wearing jeans. I love that. They're jeans and they got their dirty tennis shoes on.
No headlock.
Come on, guys. Just kiss.
Just kiss me, you fool. Come on, kiss me, you loser.
And like the sounds of nature. Oh, that was a nice fake punch.
I wonder what they did. What started
fight?
this?
I'm not sure.
Oh. I'm rooting for the guy in the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
who
guess
I'm
I'll go
rooting for.
Skins. This little titted animal.
That's right.
Do you think they're fighting over who has the worst haircut? But,
Yeah,
no, my
that's right.
haircut's worse. I
We're
feel like they're friends. I feel like this is like,
this is like a friendly little
yeah.
put up your dukes.
Have you ever like being in a fight takes so much energy? You get gassed so fast.
Not if the person you're fighting can't fight.
I feel like they're gassed. Like when they were rolling around, that gassed them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Oh man.
Boom! That was it.
Boom!
That was the best one.
Take him down. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can't punch the guy in the back of the goddamn fucking head. That's like punching a, I don't know, a hard thing.
It is like punching a hard thing.
It's like punching a really hard thing.
Did you ever see the movie Gladiator?
I have seen the movie Gladiator.
But it's not the one with Russell Crowe. There's one that came out in the early 90s, and it was like a bare knuckle boxing movie.
Oh yeah, was
And,
it
like-
fucking what's his name in it?
Brian Dennehy
Yeah,
was like the guy that like ran it, and like he does this whole thing where like you punch him in the head. He like lean into the punches with his forehead and be like, it's the hardest part of the head. And I'm like, I don't think it works like that. I don't think if you get punched directly in your forehead, it just hurts the other person.
No,
I think
I mean
still
you
get pretty
feel
fucked up.
it. Yeah. Yeah. But I remember I've gotten like hit like in the back of the head, and it doesn't hurt that much.
Not as much, but it's
No.
still not
It
great.
doesn't feel good, but
Yeah.
well, how nice.
Yeah, well, they make up at the end.
Do they?
Yeah, they seem to get along pretty well. So now I'm just realizing that I have to rip that video and overlay it on the audio. So
right.
that'll be fun to do.
I'm excited
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, what do you got coming up? You're doing the
I'm doing your show.
my show
May
8th. I'll be there 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah.
So get those tickets at hilarities.com. It's getting sweaty in here, so
That's
we're
right.
gonna bounce.
We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, and
We're gonna roll around.
like, subscribe, share, check out, leave some comments on the YouTube videos. Oh, we still have to do some Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah,
I think.
that's right.
I'm pretty busy these next 2 weeks, so we'll do those after I record the album.
Sounds
Because
good.
I'm a little preoccupied with all that right now. So thank you guys for checking this out. Tell some friends about it, and I hope you have a nice day, night, or morning. What a sign off.
This is the Bill Squire Show.